All right, where was that? Let's go, brother.
Second Edras, chapter 10, verse 41, verse 40. This therefore is the meaning of the vision. This therefore is the meaning of the vision which thou lately sawest. Thou sawest a woman mourning, and thou beganst to comfort her.
Right, so the Lord saw the woman mourning during the times of King David. And he gave the people who? King David. Remember that with Saul? They were crying out for a king. He gave them Saul, and then Saul put them under that oppression. So what did they do? The Lord gave him King David, a man of his own heart, and began to heal us a little bit and build up the kingdom. But we still didn't have a place, a temple, for the Lord's Spirit to reside, right? Go ahead.
42. But now seest thou the likeness of the woman no more.
Right, there you go.
But there appeared unto thee a city.
Right, so now you're seeing the woman glorified. So from all the way back during the time of King David, the Lord is about to fix what was broken. And you're going to see that same city of David being rebuilt. Dawad, which means what? What does it mean? Love?
Beloved.
Beloved? Yeah, that's right, man. Dawad, the beloved of Yahweh. That's what it means by the house of Israel, the house of David. The beloved of Yahweh. Go ahead.
And whereas she told thee of the death of her son, this is the solution.
Right, the death of her son is not talking about Solomon. It's talking about the death of Jerusalem and Israel. All right, whom was born from Israel, the woman. All right, go ahead.
This woman whom thou sawest is Zion. Whereas she said unto thee, even she whom thou seest as a city building.
There you go. See that? So the woman and the city is the same. Just like Zion is the same. That's what it's showing you right there. That parable is all the same. When he say the woman, he say Zion and the building, all the same. All right? But Zion was literally representing the city of David in Jerusalem. You know? That was born out of the woman, Israel, out of Jerusalem. Go ahead, bro. Oh, somebody get that? Jerusalem, the mother. Let me get that. Yeah, and calm and delicate woman.
Calm and delicate woman.
Yep. I'm gonna get this right here. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
I got it.
All right, brother. Go ahead, rock out.
All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, and verse 2. I have likened the daughters of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Right. So it said daughters, meaning plural, meaning the nations of Zion, which represent the northern and southern kingdom. Those nations represent daughters, all right, of Zion, okay, of Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, the city of peace. So the Lord is bringing that back together and rising us back up. Go ahead, brother. So he likened us to a comely meaning beautiful and delicate woman. All right, a woman means servant. Somebody got that? 4 and 6. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Whoa, see that? So, Jerusalem is the mother of us all. All right. So when it speaks about her baby dying, it's talking about Jerusalem. All right. Also as a son, it's talking about Zion. Also as a child. You see that? And that same child is that building. That same child is the woman. It's all together. Okay. It is a parable. Now let's read it.
Verse 45. Whereas I say, she said unto thee that she hath been 30 years barren. Those are the 30 years wherein there was no offering made in her. But after 30 years...
Read that again. My bad, I can't hear you. Sorry. Now you got it. My bad.
Second Edras chapter 10, verse 45. Whereas I say, she said unto thee that she hath been 30 years barren.
Right.
Those are the 30 years wherein there was no offering made in her.
Right, that was 30 years during the time of King David. All right, all the way up until Solomon. Well, 966 BC when he built the temple. King David ruled from what was that, 1011 BC to 970. That's when he died. All right, go ahead, brother.
But after 30 years, Solomon builded the city.
See that? Solomon built the city.
And offered offerings.
And he offered offerings. Okay, so that's what that's breaking down right there. So it's showing you how everything was built up, and the Lord literally toiled. And this is another precept on that. Dang, it's crazy. I'm gonna get that. Yahweh Ratazah. See, the difference is, I gotta get it, man. We might have to get it. All right, I got two precepts in my mind. I don't want to slow it down.
Roughly paraphrase, you can get it.
Let's say vessel entered. That's all I'm getting right now. Let me get this real quick. Hold on. Vessel. Anyway, it says, I'll just break it down. You know, I brought it out earlier in my other lesson. You know, the law has entered, you know, the law entered into us, and we were destroyed. But if you eat some food or a ship enters the sea, the ship can be destroyed. Or the food that you eat, it digests and it gets destroyed. Right? Or, so it goes into our body and it gets destroyed. Food. But the law entered into us and it didn't get destroyed, we perish. You know? So Ezra was asking the question, what's the difference between us and these nations? The difference is everything on the earth is in its natural course. They die, we die, and we go back to the earth, and we're born again. All the nations go through the same thing, that same process. So what is the earth really losing? Nothing. But what did the Lord lose? So what is the Lord really losing on that earth? Nothing. But did he lose Israel existing on the earth? That didn't exist. So that's the toiling. He said, I fought for that to exist. That's why it bothers him. He fought for us and built us up as a nation with King David, Solomon. And then that don't exist no more, so he's going to bring that back. That's the difference. He's going to fight for that. You know what I mean? So because he toiled for it and he already farmed it and planted it. And now it's been corrupted. All right? So go ahead, brother. Yeah, go ahead. What was you reading? Can you read? It might trigger my memory again.
Verse 45 of chapter 10 of 2nd Edras.
Right.
Whereas I say, she said unto thee, that she hath been 30 years barren.
Right.
Those are the 30 years wherein there was no offering made in her.
Right. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 1. All right. Don't lose where you're at, bro. Chapter 6, verse 1. All right. So this was the 30 years without a place for us to worship towards, which is the temple. All right.
Book of 1 Kings,
Oh, yeah.
chapter 6 and verse 1.
Yeah.
And it came to pass in the 440 year after the children of Israel will come out of the land of Egypt.
It said 4 score, right?
Oh yeah, it said the
400.
four score year.
Okay. Yeah, 480. So 480 years. So somebody got a calculator? Yeah, take your time though. You good? Let's get a calculator real quick. Yep. That's why I teach my children, man. Yo, you don't need any other book. That's why the school used to be based on the Bible. Because you got math, you got arithmetic, you got everything in here. Everything. So this is how you find out when the Exodus was. All right, so we know that King Solomon built the temple in 966 BC. All right, and vice versa, we know that the Exodus happened in 1446 BC. All right, in the springtime. So let's see, let's add 966 and add 480 to it. Or vice versa. You can go to, subtraction.
1446.
Boom. Now, right? So it's accurate. So it's, yeah, I can't use it kind of low. 1446, right?
1446.
Right. You can get it how many times you want.
1446.
So that's 1446. All right. That's how you do the math. Go ahead. Somebody reading.
1 Kings chapter 6 and verse 1.
Yeah, keep that power, bro.
And it came to pass in the 440 year after the children of Israel will come out of the land of Egypt.
See that? So it was 480 years since we came out of Egypt. And then that's when you get Solomon building the temple. All right, 966 BC. Go ahead.
In the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel,
Right, in the 4th year of his reign. So what's that? 966 plus 4, that's what? 970. So that's when King David died. King David started handing the kingdom over to him in 971. And he died in 970. And King Solomon took over. All right?
in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel in the month Ziph,
Right, so 970 take away 4, that would be what? 966 again. And then in the month Ziph, that would be around April or May.
which is the 2nd month that he began to build the house of the Lord.
There you go. So that's the 2nd month where he began to build the house of the Lord. So this matches up with that prophecy. All right, go ahead, brother.
Second Ezra chapter 10, verse 46. But after 30 years, Solomon builded the city and offered offerings, and then bare the barren a son.
See that now, Israel was barren, but now we have a son. Talking about Solomon, who was also known. I'm about to turn that down. Who was also known as Yahushua. All right, King Solomon, same person. All right, so now we have a son that was prophesied to rule on the throne forever. So did Solomon rule on the throne forever? No, he died in 931 BC. All right. Well, he was prophesied to rule on the throne forever. So that's Yahushua. So we have a son that was born to us. Go ahead, brother.
And whereas she told thee that she nourished him with labor, that was the dwelling in Jerusalem.
See that? All right. So while Solomon was there dwelling in Jerusalem, our people were nourished up as a nation. Why? Because Solomon had all that wisdom, and that's what he prayed for. Solomon prayed for wisdom so he can guide the people. Right? So check this out. Let me get this real quick. This is why we were nourished, because of our leader. The scripture says if the rulers be wicked, all of their servants are wicked too. But if the ruler be wise, he's going to direct his servants righteously as well, in wisdom. 1 Kings 4 and 31, I guess. 34.
1 Kings chapter 4, verse 34. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon.
Oh, let's go to 31.
All right.
No, 30.
30. This is 1 Kings 4 and 30.
29.
29. And Yahweh gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the sea.
See that? Remember earlier it said our heart going to be enlarged, and we're going to be in fear from all of the glory that we're going to get. Well, Solomon had that same type of glory. His heart was enlarged as the sand of the seashore, meaning the rulership and the power that he had. Go ahead.
Verse 30.
And the wisdom. Sorry about that.
And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt.
Yep. So Solomon's wisdom was greater than the Egyptians. It was greater than all the people over in Asia. Go ahead. And the Persians.
For he was higher than all men.
Right. We're going to be higher than all men.
Just like I forget what king that was, but when Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, they fasted, they ate pulse, and they dwelt with Nebuchadnezzar. The king, he was like, y'all are more wise than all the astrologers and magicians.
Yep.
Sorcerers,
all of them.
That's right. That's right, man. Go ahead.
All right, verse 31. It says, for he is wiser than all men, than Ethan, than Ezrahite,
Yeah, Ezrahite.
Ezrahite, and Heman, and Shalakal,
You can't turn that down.
and Dorda, the sons of, what is that, Mahal?
Yeah, Calco. Go ahead, good luck, bro.
Yeah, sons of Mahal, and his fame,
Oh, Mahal.
Yeah. And his fame was in all nations round about.
Right, just like our fame is going to be in all nations round about. All right? Once the Lord endows us with that wisdom, all right, full wisdom. You know, like that movie. What was that movie? Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had the full capacity to use 100% of her brain. We're gonna have that, man.
Another one,
and
Limitless.
movie Limitless.
Come
Is it
on.
Limitless?
Yeah.
Matilda.
Matilda told us because she was always closed off and she read so much that she used the full extent of her mind. She had total years.
Never heard that one.
Yeah.
Matilda?
That's old.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. I'll check
Verse,
that out too.
verse 32. And he spake 3,000 proverbs.
So when Solomon was on the earth, he spoke 3,000 proverbs, man. 3,000, you know? That's why the scriptures say his words are as gold set forth. You know? Gold meaning what? Like something that you steer cattle with. That's like a goad, a horse's goad or a cattle ride that you would guide them with this way, that way. Hurry up, slow down. So his words were as golds fastened in place. So he set up 3,000 proverbs. That's why I said we would nourish. We're going to go back to it in a second. That we would nourish while Solomon was ruling. Right, go ahead.
And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005.
He had 1,005 songs, man, just like his daddy. So he was a musician and singer. Just like that's why Yahweh said he gonna sing over us when he get here. He gonna drink wine with us. He gonna sing. Probably sing better than Luther. He created the voice, so you know he gonna outdo all of them. Get auto-tune, nah. They say his voice is the sound of many waters.
And he spake of trees from cedar, from the cedar tree,
Yep.
it's like a cedar tree.
Yeah.
That is it. It's like
Why did he speak of these things? Because he was sending Navy over here to get these things, and all the different countries to get all this stuff. So he was speaking of stuff in Jerusalem that people never seen. He was sending the African Navy over here through Hiram, and they were coming over here getting animals they never seen and bringing them back to that land. All right, go ahead. So Solomon been here. Go ahead.
And he spake of the trees from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall.
Right, so he knew about the herbs. He knew about the elements of the world. What's that? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, I think it is. He knew he knew about the atoms. He knew about birth. Yeah, let's get it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, starting at verse 16.
Come on, brother.
It says, "For in his hand are both wheat and our words, all wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship."
Right. Yep. So all the wisdom and knowledge of the workmanship, Yahweh gonna give that to us, man. We got a glimpse of it now. He said we have an unction from Yahweh, and we know all things according to His will. All right, go ahead.
Verse 17, Wisdom of Solomon 7. "For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements."
Right. So He gave Solomon the operations of the elements, which today they call them atoms, you know, but they're trying to split the atoms and all that. Oppenheimer, World War II and all that. Solomon already knew all that stuff. Go ahead.
Verse 18, Wisdom of Solomon 7. "The beginning, ending, and midst of the times."
Right, so he knew the beginning, the ending, and the present. Just like he told John the Revelator. He told him the beginning, he showed him the beginning, the present, and the future. What was to come. And we know all that today. We know our beginning. We see what's happening in the present, meaning we understand it. We're not blind. And we can understand the future. We got foresight. All from Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua. Go ahead, brother.
It says, "The alterations of the turning of the sun."
Right, so we understand that the sun moves around the earth, not the earth around the sun. And we can prove that with a sunset. It goes around the earth. All right, go ahead. You got a point, bro? Oh, no, you good. No, go ahead, bro.
"And the change of seasons."
Right, so we understand the change of seasons due to the sun. That the earth is on an axis, and then the sun is here, and the Lord Yahweh can tilt that axis and make something called summer, spring, winter when it's away from the sun, and then fall. All that's created and controlled in this matrix by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. A process that he set in place.
Verse 19, Wisdom of Solomon 7. The circuits of years and the position of stars.
The circuit of years, man. You know how things go around. Be able to judge the years by the moon. The new moon, you know what year we're in. Know the beginning of the year and the end of the year. Right? Right?
The natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts.
Right, he showed us the nature of living creatures. You know? He showed us what to eat, not to eat. Right? What was clean and what wasn't clean. Go ahead.
The violence of winds and the reasonings of men, the diversity of plants.
Right, we know about hurricanes and storms. All right, we know about the reasonings of men, why they do the things they do upon earth. Go ahead.
The diversity of plants and the virtues of roots.
There you go, man. We understand herbs, making us what? Physicians. All right, understanding the herbs. That's why Daniel understood the pulse. Because he had the understanding of the seeds, he had the understanding of planting. Just like George Washington Carver, he had the understanding of planting. He had that same gift. He knew he was an Israelite. All right? George Washington Carver. That was it? That's given to us, man. That's why most of the stuff made here in America, from the core of it, from the grain of it, is made by our people. Electricity harnessed by our people. Heart surgery harnessed by our people. The light bulb, our people. Refrigerator, our people. Whatever you want to name is built by us. GPS. Everybody getting around today because of a so-called black woman.
I got a preacher.
All right, it says Israel is the former of all things.
This is 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 23. And this is an account of a man. He was sitting down to have a feast. And there was some abominable food, and he didn't want to eat it, or they were forcing him to eat it, so he'd be killed. And they were saying, well, maybe just make it look like you eat pork and just eat lamb. And he was like, no. And there was a verse that says, this is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 23. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by Yahweh. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave. So these laws and doing your best to reside in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is an education, is actual wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we get. Just the same, the scripture that our Khan read, knowledge of herbs, of animals, of the sun, the moon, the stars, of everything can be gotten from the scriptures. That's why Revelation 1 and 3 says, "Blessed is he that readeth." It's a blessing to know these things with the spirit of the Lord. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he knows about atoms and other stuff like that, but it's void because it doesn't have a spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai in it.
Ever learning and never come to the knowledge of the truth. A quick precept.
Yeah, good.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times. So that's why Esau ultimately in his kingdom had to be taken out of the way. All right, he's even manipulating and trying to manipulate the Lord ordinances and what he set in stone. All right, by trying to change the seasons and laws with his infrastructures like NASA and stuff like that.
The Lord gonna give us the ability to set things back in order. You know, so the Lord know how to purify the water, man. Know how to purify the air. Everything that Esau corrupted, man, and to purify our people. All right, let's get back to the precept.
In 2 Ezra, chapter 10, I'm at verse 47.
Right, we're understanding that the woman that was impoverished and destroyed, but now she's being built up into a glorious spiritual house. All right, go ahead, brother.
And whereas she told...
The Negro, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. Go ahead, brother.
And whereas she told thee that she nourished him with labor, that was the dwelling in Jerusalem.
Yeah, see that? So we were speaking about that nourishing from the king at that time in Jerusalem, his name was King Solomon. All right, he had divine wisdom from Yahweh, and he shared that wisdom amongst his people. So they were being nourished for 30 years. Go ahead. After the 30 years. Go ahead.
But whereas she said unto thee that my son coming into his marriage chamber happened to have a fall and died.
Right, that happened to us. That happened to us twice. We fell away again. But that really happened during the time of King Solomon. All that King David built, I mean, you know, the record, child, that's your child. All right, so King David, all that the Lord built up through King David, and all that he built up through King Solomon fell. Right after the split in 931 BC, with Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Jeroboam being one of King Solomon's guards from Ephraim, and then Rehoboam being the son of King Solomon. We fell after that. In what? 586 BC. All right, so she had a fall. That fall is talking about Jerusalem. Go ahead, brother.
This was the destruction that came to Jerusalem.
Yep, can you read that again so it can be clear, that part before it?
2 Edras chapter 10, verse 48. But whereas she said unto thee that my son coming into his marriage chamber happened to have a fall and died, this was the destruction that came to Jerusalem.
See the parable? So that same Jerusalem that was built up, now we're seeing it destroyed. That's the woman that's destroyed, her son, you know, same thing. Remember that? It's all the same parable. Okay, she was destroyed because what? We lost our honor, we lost our glory, you know? So we had a great fall. All right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 49, and behold, thou sawest her likeness, and because she mourned for her son, thou beganst to comfort her, and of these things which have chanced, these are to be open unto thee. For now the Most High Yahweh seeth that thou art grieved unfeignedly, and sufferest from thy whole heart for her. So hath he showed thee the brightness of her glory, and the comeliness of her beauty. And therefore I bade thee remain in the field where no house was builded, for I knew that the highest would show this unto thee.
Where no house was builded. See that? So what they building over there today is not the house of the Lord. All these churches in America, that's not the house of the Lord. All right, go ahead.
Therefore I commanded thee to go into the field where no foundation of any building was.
There you go. See that? Go ahead.
For in the place wherein the highest beginneth to show his city, there no man's building be able to stand. It's like you.
Can you read that real quick? That part.
Verse 54
that's
of chapter 10 of 2 Edras. For in the place wherein the highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man's building be able to stand. And therefore, fear not, let not thy heart be affrighted, but go thy way in, and see the beauty and greatness of the building, as much as thine eyes be able to see.
Woo! See that? It was a vision. But Edras thought it was real. He saw a woman. He was like, yo, I saw a woman. I saw her face change out of nowhere. And then she just turned into a building. And it was physical. He could literally walk. He walked into the mansion and was looking at everything. Like, he was like, as much as you're able to see. You know how like in a dream before you wake up from it. Like, hurry up and get a glimpse of it. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead, go check it out. Like, yo, what? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was beautiful, man. So that's what he showed him. Let's get Isaiah 61. That was it, right? That was the point, basically.
Go on.
Yeah. Isaiah 61 and 1. Now let's get
Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1.
Right, and this is the breakdown to get more detailed on that precept of 2 Ezra chapter 10 of the city that's building, the paradise that's waiting for us. All right?
This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. It says, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh, came upon me, because the Lord Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison
to them that are bound.
See that? So, you see that, right? So that's what the woman was seeing. Her child bound. Jerusalem, the city of peace, being bound. Now we're being set free. The Lord said, what? The truth shall set you free. We're free to what? Just roam the earth? No, we're free to do the Father's will. You know, that's what we're free to do. We're not free to be wicked. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord Yahweh.
Right, that's why we're here. We're here to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. Where the Lord is accepting our prayer. He's accepting our spiritual sacrifice. Go ahead.
It says, and the day of vengeance of our God to comfort all that mourn.
Yeah. So this is only going to comfort them that mourn. The people that feel like they're already in paradise, that feel like they're already in a righteous kingdom or a heavenly state, like Jay-Z and them, all these rappers, all these Christians, they feel like they done made it, they already saved. You know, go ahead, brother.
Hey, Con, that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua say he's near to those of a broken spirit and a contrite heart, man.
Right.
You know why? Because ultimately, hey, us having that broken spirit and contrite heart, we're not going to have the spirit of the world within us. We got the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua dwelling within us, man. You know, so ultimately we know that everything we see around us, something ain't right, man. This ain't it. This can't be it. This can't be our rest. You know, but 2/3 of our people, you know, they try to find a comfort zone. You know, they try to make a comfort zone within their hell, man. You know, the wrong way, at least. You know, the right way is within these scriptures, man. You know, but yet they try to go find worldly comfort, physical comfort, far as, oh yeah, man, hey, I'm trying to make what you make. Hey, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Hey, accept us. You know, if that's the case, man, you should know something wrong. You should know something wrong ultimately in full totality while you sitting out here saying Black Lives Matter, man. Apparently they don't, man. So, hey, acknowledge the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that know they matter, man. You know? And once again, we're not black, we're Israelites, man. You know?
All right,
Verse 3.
yeah, they say, well, he's near to a broken and contrite heart. And also, that contrite goes into what? Repentative heart. And he's near unto them. That's why he's sending us and people like us to declare these things and comfort those that are mourning and that have that same heart, because he's close to them as he promised. And also that mourning goes into us feeling bad and wrong for what we did. You know, that's why we're supposed to be mourning for what our people did. You know what I mean? But these people ain't mourning for that. You know? Yeah, definitely. Good, bro.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Hey, so Con, that's what we're doing, man. You know, hey, that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is near to us, man. So therefore, hey, as we freely receive, freely give. As we freely receive, we get out here and freely give, man. We get out here and fish and see, do we have, and look for those that are likened to us, man. You know, that's tired of the BS going on out here. That's tired of Esau's wickedness, man. You know, hey, so they trying to figure out a way to pull this stronghold down. You can't do it physically, per se, spiritually, if you will, by getting out here fighting a good fight of faith through spiritual warfare using this sword, man, according to Hebrews 4:12, man. You know, this book is powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, man. So this is the weapons of our warfare right here, man. You can't get out here and try to overthrow Esau's kingdom physically. You got to get out here and do it this way, man. So therefore, that's how the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua waking up his army, building that tabernacle of David, setting those men up, all right, to go out here and find the ones that are out here sighing and crying that's tired of this place, man. You know, hey, a wise man will attain to wise counsel, man. So we get out here and push the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's truth out here using his words, man. And guess what? His sheep is going to hear his voice, man. They're going to attain to that wise counsel, you know.
Right, predestination. That's right. Isaiah 61 again, verse 3.
This is Isaiah chapter 61, verse 3.
Hey, let's bring that power, brother.
It says, to appoint them that mourn in Zion, to give them, to give unto them beauty for ashes.
See that? So what did that woman have? She had ashes first. And now she was beautified. She was a beautiful building. Brick house. Brick house. No. But so now he said he's gonna give us that beauty for ashes, man. All right. And ashes deal with what? Mourning. So he's gonna give us joy for mourning, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
It says, the oil of joy for mourning.
There you go. The oil of joy for mourning, man. And right now we have a taste of that oil, which is the anointing, the truth. Go ahead.
It says, the garment of praise.
The garment of praise, we're gonna wear it. We're gonna be praising the Lord. That's what we're gonna be. That's our character. That's the character He painted us as in the kingdom. If He pictured the kingdom and He painted it, it would show us glorifying the Lord. And we're gonna act that out. You know, go ahead. That's gonna be our garment.
It says, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness,
Right.
that they might be called trees of righteousness.
So the exact opposite of what we're feeling today, the exact opposite of what you felt when you came up, that heaviness, that's why you felt that it lifted off you. So imagine that to like the extreme and never feeling that way again the way you felt today. That's how it's going to be, and you can't even see it really. That's why we don't know yet what He got for us. You know, it's gonna be pleasures that plenteousness. You know what I'm saying?
And ultimately, that's taken away from the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Because remember, Deuteronomy said, in the morning you're gonna wish it was evening. In the evening you're gonna wish it was morning. When you wake up, it ain't gonna matter. You're gonna be indulging in the moment, in the presence. The present is gonna be so valuable to you because you're not gonna have to worry about the past, and you're not gonna have to worry about the future. You can always live like Esau. Esau lives in the moment, right? They do everything for the moment. They don't care about nothing else, right? Imagine us in our righteous state and righteousness upon the earth. We really won't have nothing to worry about. We don't know what that feels like. We don't know what that feels like. So to have an understanding, like we kind of got a glimpse of it, we don't know what that feels like for real. So that just lets you know we don't know what our heart's desires is, but the Lord knows, and He already has it prepared for us.
We're not even gonna be worrying about death in the kingdom. You know?
What is that?
Yeah, man. You know, we ain't gonna know what it is. Like what? That's for mortals.
Talking like Mortal Kombat.
Doing all that, right? No, that's why Paul said, take away those mortal thoughts and put on the thoughts of immortal, man. Because that's how we're supposed to be. That's how our mindset is supposed to be right now.
Yeah.
Like there's no more death, because once we enter into this truth, we enter into life everlasting. So the sting of death is taken away because Yahweh Shai sat on the right hand side of the Father and started ruling from the heavens.
Yeah. He's gonna remove sin. He's gonna remove sin from us. Without sin, we should never die again. We should never be under any curses, man. All right. Go ahead. So everywhere gonna be the suburbs for us.
This is going off of your Yahweh painted the picture and us glorifying the Lord.
Yep.
Revelation chapter 4, verse 10, and this is Yahweh Shai. This is after Yahweh Shai crowned the elect. It says, the 24 elders fall down before Him that sat on the throne and worship Him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for Thou hast created all things, for Thy pleasure they are and were created.
Right. Even the wicked, the Lord created for the evil day, for His own pleasure, to destroy him. You know, to vent His anger on. Right, you had a point on that?
Oh no, just Yahweh Shai putting crowns on our heads, and we glorify Him so much that we toss the crowns back at Him, saying, Blessed be the Lord.
That's true. You give me one, that's what I'm gonna do. Thou knowest.
and you know how we have our women today on their wicked day that they try to celebrate. That's a ceremony that do. They throw the shit at the woman's feet. But that's done out of vain. That's done in vain, because all that shit gonna be birthdays, all that shit. What you gonna celebrate a birthday for?
We're gonna celebrate our birth. It's gonna be the deliverance out of Egypt.
That's it. That's it.
We all gonna be born at the same time.
New bodies, born at the same time.
Born from the heavens, instead of from the earth.
And the only reason why you would celebrate a birthday today is because of death existing. You have another day of living on this earth. But understanding we have eternal life, from the point on we get those new bodies and we live forever. What is the point of celebrating it for?
The 2 days that's going to be set apart is the Passover, Feast of Trumpets.
All that.
And we're going to force these other nations going to have to celebrate it too.
Mm-hmm. It's like how they try to force us to celebrate these wicked holidays. Or they're going to be forced to celebrate the holy days.
Right, go ahead, bro.
The book of Isaiah. chapter 52, in verse 13. It says, "Behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled and be very high." You know, Yahushua is going to be exalted, you know, the one standing taller than the rest that set crowns on our head.
Right.
And it says, verse 14, "As many were astonished at his visage, was so marred more than any man, is formed more than the sons of man. So shall he sprinkle many nations, the kings shall shut their mouth at him, for that which had not been told them shall they see, and that which they not heard shall they consider." So ultimately, the reason why I brought that out is, you know, all the kings are going to shut their mouth at Yahushua. You know, Yahushua is going to be ruling all things when it's all said and done with.
Right. Matter of fact, somebody get Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1.
This is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1. "In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up."
Right, so Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah saw a vision of Yahushua being highly exalted and lifted up. Go ahead.
"And his train filled the temple."
Right, we represent his train. Like Yahushua would have a garment, you know, like a train, but we represent that. So we're going to fill the temple, we're going to fill the earth. So his rulership is going to fill the whole earth. Proof of that, go ahead, next verse.
Verse 2, "Above it stood the seraphim."
The seraphims represent the angels. Go ahead. The
Each-
chariots. No, my bad, the chariots, go ahead.
"Each one had 6 wings."
So each one has 6 wings. It's not talking about bird wings. To understand that, you got to go to Ezekiel chapter 1. About wings, it's talking about like a wingman or an army. So each one had 6 wings behind it, meaning like bird, it's called a bird formation. V formation. When they fly like an army unit. So each one had 2 behind it, 2 behind it, like that. A fleet behind it. Thank you, brother. Wing, they call him wingman. That's right. You see that? So go ahead. So he saw the armies of heaven, and he saw the Lord Yahushua's train filling the whole earth, meaning his power, his spirit, through his men and his women and children, filling the whole earth. Meaning we're not just going to be a cluster, we're going to grow to a whole mustard seed. From a mustard seed, we're going to grow to the biggest tree on the earth. All right, go ahead.
"And with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly."
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 3, "And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts."
There you go. See, go ahead. That goes to Revelation chapter 11. Look at that. Revelation 11. The earth is going to quake. You know, shake. 7 part or something like that. Go ahead. Keep going. Oh, my bad. Keep going. We'll get to it.
"The whole earth is full of his glory."
Whoa, the what?
The whole earth is full of his glory.
See that? So when he said he's going to be high and lifted up, and his train filled the whole earth, I mean, his what?
The whole earth is full of his glory.
So the whole earth is going to be full of his glory, and we represent the feet of his glory. So he's going to fill it with us. All right, all over the earth, in the ocean, Aquaman, in space, you know,
Green Lantern, whoever you want to
Green
think about,
Lantern,
they operate in space too.
Thanos type shit.
Yeah.
We're going to be on the level of Thanos in the imagination movies. All right, Yahushua going to be above that.
11 and 12, I heard a great voice from heaven saying, "You can come up here."
Yeah, kind of. And then right after they say, I think it said that, give it to the Lord. America destroyed some of that.
And saying now there came a great curtain, 10 part of the city fell.
Yep, I think it's a little further down. Saying we have given you.
All right. This is Revelation 11 and 17. 16, "And the 4 and 20 elders which sat before Yahweh on their seats fell upon their faces and worshiped Yahweh, saying, We give thee thanks, O Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, power almighty, which art and was and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and hast reigned."
That's right, man. He's going to reign on the earth, man. All right, Revelation 12 and 10. Okay? So just like he heard, just like the angel, just like Isaiah saw a vision of the angels declaring Yahweh's rulership and him being exalted, he's going to have on his head many crowns. And then his train, meaning his glory, we represent his glory, is going to fill the whole earth. And then from that, we're going to fill the heavens. We're not going to have to die to go to the heavens. You know what I mean? We're going to be able to travel out there. All right?
Revelations.
We're going to be making sonic booms on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying?
What you say?
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down,
See that?
which accused them before our power day and night.
See, the accuser of our brother is cast down. So these devils, they're going to be cast down and we're going to be lifted up. It's like Bishop Canuck said earlier, what we were made the tail, they were made the head under the curses. Now that upside down kingdom was about to be flipped. And they're going to become the tail and we're going to become the head. All right, the leaders. All right, that's heaven, that's rulership. But then there's going to be a paradise. There's a paradise prepared for us too, a place for us to indulge. All right, in our rulership. Okay, the Lord ain't going to treat us the way America treat their soldiers, the way they treat their vets and shit, getting their damn limbs blown off and all that. Yeah, homeless and all kind of shit. All right, Precept, we'll go back to this, brother.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 61, verse 3.
Right, so we're breaking down how the woman was buried ashes and she was mourning because her child was destroyed, meaning Jerusalem. But now we're reading of how Jerusalem is going to be built up like a glorified house, man, a mansion. All right?
This is Isaiah 61 and 3. It says, to appoint them that mourn in Zion, to give them beauty for ashes.
Right, so the Lord gonna give us beauty for those ashes, us being destroyed. Go ahead.
It says, the oil of joy for mourning,
Right.
the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness.
There you go. They're the trees in the garden. So we're gonna become a whole forest from that one tree, from the one vine, Yahweh. All right, and we eat from that tree or the seed, and then now we're planted as trees as well, and we bear fruit until we have a whole garden full in paradise. All right, go ahead.
It says, the planting of the Lord Yahweh, that he might be glorified.
Right, the planting. So the Lord, as I said again earlier, that's why the Lord is bothered, because he planted us and he labored to till the soil. But now it's been corrupted. So now he gets to take that power to himself. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 4, it says, and they shall build the old wastes.
Right, so who gonna build it? We not gonna build it, they gonna build it. The old waste places, all the nasty shit. Yep. All the nooks and crannies, they're gonna get all of it. And they got to clean it. We're gonna need Bill Gates on this one. Come up with that technology, man.
Yeah, remember what he said? His biggest fear is his brain not being on the earth.
Yeah,
It's here.
we're
gonna use it.
We're gonna put that to use. We're gonna bring him back from the dead. Bring back Einstein, all of them.
Mr. Gates, your fear is over. It's here.
Yeah.
Brain is here.
We're gonna put that to work, man. So that's the left. We're gonna burn that joint out. All right, go ahead.
It says, and they shall build the old wastes, and they shall raise up the former desolation.
That's why it said strangers shall build thy walls. You see that? Go ahead. They're gonna build it up.
And they shall repair the waste cities.
Yeah, that's Amos chapter 9. All right, everything that they destroyed, they're gonna rebuild. All right.
The desolation.
Let's say cities. That's a lot. That'll take some time. We're gonna have nothing but that.
God.
It says, and they shall repair the waste cities.
They ain't gonna have time. They're gonna have to hurry up. They got 1,000 years. They gotta move quick. And Yahweh got a vision that he's gonna need to bring the past quickly for Yahweh. So he ain't gonna be playing. He's gonna say, tell him to hurry up. You gotta get this done. Hurry up. Right.
It says, the desolations of many generations.
Right.
Verse 5. And it says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
Oh, so strangers, remember that? They shall suck the milk of the Gentiles. So strangers, these nations are going to stand up, be proud to do it, and feed our people. All right?
It says, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen.
Right, there you go. Beat your swords into plowshares. They're going to be farmers. You know? All right, go ahead.
And your vine dressers.
They're going to be our vine dressers. Get that wine together. You don't need a lot of that wine. You know? Stay out there in the field. They had our people out in the field from 12 to 12. They're going to be out there for you. What time you get off? Eternity. you get off in 1,000 years.
Chop.
Yeah, they're going to say 1,000 years. They're going to say off. No rest for the wicked. No rest.
Listen, if you go back to Genesis, once that transgression happened, said Adam was going to have to till the ground, by the sweat of, he shall eat bread by the sweat of his brow until he enters back into the earth. So that's going to be taken away. That curse is going to be taken away from us and brought onto them.
And it is going to be for us. Now, yo, we need something from this ground, but yo, you got to till that shit for us.
Don't churn that up for me.
Yeah, they don't get nothing for themselves, man. They gave us slop to eat. We call it soul food.
Oh yeah.
I seen a video of an Edomite. Somebody said he tried soul food for the first time. He had a big ass plate of slop. He was like, look at this bullshit, man. I didn't know what to think of. That was such an oxymoron, man. You know, but knock that shit out of here. But nah, man, see, that's what they fed us, man. Gave our people diabetes. You know, they would get finished eating, they would give us the bones, and they would take that and put that in soup, stew, call that chicken broth. You know, they would give us the damn foot of the pig. They wouldn't even, y'all people like pig so much, pork, they ain't supposed to be eating it. But they made our people desire that pig so much, they gave them the damn foot of it, and now our people love pig food. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's like breaking off a piece of shit.
And if I may add on too, like lobsters, crab, and shit used to be deemed as like poor man's food, but now they made it as a delicacy for our people, man. You know, it's a goddamn shop on every corner, you know.
Yeah, they did that through the what? The mafia. Through their movies, entertainment.
Lord, he just taking out pictures.
That was a big picture. Got my attention.
Oh, go ahead. My bad, brother.
This is verse 6. It says, but ye shall be named the priests of the Lord Yahweh. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves.
Right, you break it down too. My bad for missing.
So we're gonna be called priests. We're gonna be royalty. We're gonna be the ones who gonna do like Esau do. We're gonna look at them and micromanage what they do. We're gonna partake in their substances or substance. We're gonna be the ministers of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. And it says we're gonna eat the riches of the Gentiles. They're gonna bring their stuff to us, and they're gonna come prostrate. They're gonna like Zaquan was saying. They're gonna want to give it to us willingly, because they know what's gonna happen if they don't do it. And their glory shall boast yourselves. So that's just gonna lift us up. The more they glorify us, it's gonna lift us up. It's gonna make us look better.
Right. That was it. You can keep going.
Okay, verse 7. It says, for your shame you shall have double, and your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land shall they possess the double, everlasting joy shall be unto them.
See, we're not going to possess it here.
Come on.
See that? We're not going to possess that in America or anywhere else. We're going to possess that in the kingdom. He said, in our land, that's when we're going to get it.
Come on.
That's when we're going to possess all of this stuff, man. And we shall possess them as services handmaids as well. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8. It says, for I, the Lord Yahweh, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offering. And I will direct their work in truth. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them.
Right, man. We're gonna wrap it up. Let me get this precept. One thing you gotta do is know when to go and know when to stay, man. Know when to fold them. All right, let's get one more and end it with that. Isaiah 48:9. I got a bunch of precepts, man, like 20 precepts. 48:9. Go ahead. Come on, 48:9. Whoever got it, we end it with that.
Isaiah 48:9. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, even for my own sake will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? I will not give my glory unto another.
That's right, bro. All right, so that's right, man. So the Lord is going to famish all the gods of the earth, meaning all these idols. You know, all honor and praise is going to be given to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day. All right? But we got a lot more to bring out on this topic, man. So I think we'll change the name to like a place that's prepared for us instead of a paradise. So we ain't really feel to get into it. All right? But that place is prepared for us, man. That city is being builded. That's what we're going to title it. The city is built. You know? And we represent that, you know. Pan around, brother, catch everybody. We just pray that we're of the hopeful elect. You know, and at the end of the day, we pray that we all see each other there. You know, but we're running this race. This is a race, man. A race of time. All right? So, yeah, man, with that, we're going to end it, which I don't want to, man. I really want to keep going. But it wouldn't be smart to keep everybody out here in this. That's creeping up on us, right? It was about to storm, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're going to end it. So with that, we're going to say, call.
Alayim.
La. Yahweh. Hashem. Yahweh Shai. Hashem. Ha. Rakah. Kodash. Mama. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And shalom to you, Akim and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth, man. With that, I'm going to say, shalom. Yeah, that was, you already know what that was. That was Most High, man. That was that breeze that reached out into the head. Real.